Hi guys, welcome to this session on Microsoft Visio. In this module I want to show you how you can create an organizational chart. So I'm on the front screen and you can see I've got organizational chart there. So I'll just open that one and we'll just create a blank organizational chart, which is what it will default to. Now the organizational chart wizard starts up and it's asking me for information, but I'm just going to cancel that off because I want to do this myself manually. So the stencil down the left hand side has the shapes, and you can see above that you've got quick shapes and then more shapes. If you want to add any other stencils you can. So there are not a lot of stencils in this particular template, but this is how it works. You start off with your top level. So I'm just going to drive an executive on there, and then you've got options of bringing in managers one at a time, and if I just let go of that it just drops underneath. If I undo that one, Control Z, now I could bring that in 3 times, but you've got an option of bringing multiple shapes in using this tool. If I bring that one on, let's just drop it on top, and that's the key, you have to drop it on top. Then it's asking you what type of shape do you want. Well, I want 3 managers. So that'll do, 3 managers, and they're dropping below. Now you can still move all of these around and they're all going to go together as a group, which is okay, that's what I want. Now off of each one of these I want some multiple shapes as well, so I'll drop that on top of there. This time it's going to be position, let's have 4 coming down, and then same on that one. There is an option here for 3 positions, so I'll just do 3 and drop that straight in there. And then on that one I'll go back to multiple shapes and drag that on top, and let's go for 5. So they've all dropped in, and then you see I've gone onto a second page with 5 shapes, which is slightly annoying. It doesn't matter for this. Now if you don't want them to come out in this sort of way, so they're just hanging off to the right here, if you click on the title shape, you've got an option with layout to select how you want them to sit. So if I wanted them to go that way, for example, that one can stay as it is. This one needs to go the other way, so I'll just select that. No, that doesn't look good. Keep it on the outside. Let's try changing this center one. None of these look like they're going to work too well, so no, that's okay. Now I don't know what I've done with this one because I'm not liking this sort of line wrapping around like so, so I'll just delete that and delete that one as well. Delete these 2 shapes off and then just add them manually. So that's a position. That was my fault, just messing about. Push that across so it lines up. I'll leave it as 4 because the other one was dropping onto a 5th page. So now each of these has information. If I click onto that, you've got shape data coming up. This is preloaded information, and I've done videos about shape data before, and changing the order or adding extra ones. Now the problem with this is if you decide to add an extra bit of information in shape data, and I'll just close shape data off just to tell you where that is. You've got a couple of places. You've got data or view. I'll go to data, and then you can get shape data from that window. So shape data, that activates that. Now if you want to edit this, you can just type. So I could just put sales, for example, on that one, department. Maybe you don't want the telephone number, and then I'll go Mr. Smith. I don't want title either, and then email, I don't want that. Now if I don't want those, I need to go into edit that, and what you do is you right click, data, define shape data. So I want department, yes. I don't want telephone, so I'm deleting telephone. I don't want title because I've got it in there, so I'm deleting that. And I don't want email, and I'm deleting that. Now what do I want in addition? So I've just got department and name. Let's do a new one, and we'll just do salary for this, salary, and that's going to be currency. And now the order I want this is not as it is at the moment. So you've got this sort key, so I want that to go to number 1, then the department, 2, 3. Okay, so there it goes. Then you can put your salary in there, like so. Now the problem we've got here straight away is if I click onto the other guy, he's back to the default setting. So really, if you're going to edit shape data like this, what you need to have is the developer tab on, and you do that through File, Options and Customize ribbon, and just tick it on. I'll show you. File, Options, Customize ribbon, tick, and then it'll come on, because on there you've got Document Stencil, which I'm going to tick, and then it gives you all the shapes that you've actually got on this piece of paper. So what you need to do in my view is this shape which I've edited, and it's the one I want, you put that into there and call it, this is a manager, I'll call it updated. So I've updated it, and then I should, the position's got the same information in it, so I should do the same on that. So if I just go back into this and data, define shape data, and then delete the ones I don't want, delete title and email I don't want, delete, and then create a new one which is going to be salary, and then that's going to be currency, and then the sort order is going to be name 1, department 2, salary 3. Click OK to that one. So I've now edited that, so I can push that into there, and that can be called position updated. So I would do this first, updated, and the top one I haven't done. I'm not going to do the top one because I'll just repeat myself. So basically now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all of what I've got here and just bring on the top guy. And now if I bring a manager onto there, the updated one, you can see that the shape data is what I created, and I'll just drop 3 of them in there, and they'll just sit as they were before. And then the positions, if I drop the position on, that's got the updated information in there. I've not actually typed anything in. Now you can see that Mr. Smith's come in across all of them because that's what I typed in before, and it's just remembering that. But if I click on this one and change that name to Mr. Green or something, and he can have some more money, whatever that is, not that much, too much. So you've got Mr. Smith, Mr. Green, and then you'd have to just change that other one to whatever you want, Mr. Black, like so. So let's give the top guy, let's say he's not going to be in a department, so I'm going to go in and edit this as well. Having said I'm not going to do that, I am. Go, we missed it, I'm on the wrong bit. Data, define shape data. So I don't want telephone number, delete. Title, delete. Email, delete. Nobody's going to know this salary of the top person, so that's all I want to do is just change the sort order so that goes to the top, and that is 2. Okay, so name, that's Mrs. White, and main, I'll just call that main. Could have got rid of department actually. So that's how you change all of these, and then same with this one. I'll just do one of these, Mrs. Brown, and she can be in retail, and she can get that much. Now every time you use these, that is going to be set up for you like so. It's ready to go. So before I saved this one into there, I should have got rid of Mr. Smith, cleared it off so it was just like this one is, and then you can just bring that across, drop it in as many times as you want, and it'll just drop underneath, and then ready to go. Shape data edited, everything's hunky-dory. Now if I just go to, that's sales, this changes department to admin, and this one, what's this one got? That's got sales. Let's change that to retail. and then put another shape in there, so we've got more than one. So if I right click on this top guy, you've got the option to change picture, add a picture of this person. Let's do that. It's just going to open your computer, and you've got to find some pictures. There's one of me, so I'll just put myself in there. 2016. Don't look like that now, I've got a beard. So that you can do that for all of it. And then if I right click on one of these, I'm not going to put any more pictures in. You've got subordinates, arrange, hide, synchronize. So I'm going to do that on this one that's got 3. So before you can synchronize, what you have to do is create a synchronized copy. So if I do right click again, so this is what we was looking at before, synchronize. So before I can do that, I have to create one. So create synchronized copy. Existing page, page 2, or a new page, click OK to that, and it drops that in. Now back onto the first page. What you're synchronizing is the details on the shapes, not the actual shapes themselves. So if I click on this one and go Miss Black, and she's in sales, she's on that much money, so that's there now. If I go to page 2, it's already there as well. So that's what you're synchronizing. You are not synchronizing. So if I add another shape, if I get another position, drop it on top of there, so we've got 4. When I go to that one, that hasn't appeared. If I right click and select synchronize, go on to page 2, it still hasn't appeared. So it's synchronizing the data. I'll just get rid of this one at the bottom. Get rid of that. It's synchronizing the data, the information, the shape data. That's where it's synchronizing, not the actual structure itself. And once you've done that, you can right click on that and hide subordinates. So on the main screen, for example, you might have this just with the headline information, the top level of management, and then subsequent sheets you've got the detail for that department, and also the ability, you can see there's a like on there to expand that if you need to. So that's, I'll just expand that back. That's synchronizing shapes and hiding subordinates. Although you can see the sheets at the bottom, the pages, and you can just click through them, you might want to use the off-page reference tool and put that on the bottom of here or at the top of here, it doesn't really matter. So if I just search for that, there you go. So you just sit that wherever you want, top or bottom, and then it'll go to existing page, page 2 I want this one to go to, and then you've just got to double click between the two and it'll go page 1, page 2, and that's as simple as that. And then once you've done that, you just get rid of that by clicking this cross, stop the search, and you're back to this stencil. The other things that you've got in here are titles. You can bring these on. Company title. Bear in mind you might have your shapes near the top. This obviously wants to go on the front screen, not that one. So do that again on there. And that's got the date. Just bring that down. So it's gone onto a second page. Company name. You just double click in there and type that. You've got these team frames where you can put this little block around a particular team if you want. And if I just click on these two, just push them across a little bit manually, and then this is a team frame. You just double click on the title, Alpha Team, or whatever you want to call your teams. And then if you've got any external input to your organizational chart, just move that over a little bit. You've got these connectors, so you might want to just add a shape which is not connected to any of this. So if I just say there's a manager here and he's got 3 people working for him like that, and they come into directly feed into, say, this guy, Mr. Black, you've got a connector there like so where you can just stick that on him, and it needs to go that way around, so that one, and then this one needs to go into there. and you just snap that into position and then move that up so it lines up like so. And if you want that to be a dotted line, you've got this dotted line option, or you can just go on to format and do the line yourself. You can double click on this line and type inward or whatever you want to call it. So it's just got some text on there. Doesn't look too good, that, but you can do that. If I just go into the home tab and look at the line, just pick the thicker line, pick a line color, red, and do the dotted line as well, why not? So all these things you can just be adding to it. Just going to move that inward down a bit. I'll just press enter and it'll sit on top of that line. That's better. So that's just a quick look at organisational charts. So we've looked at a basic organisational chart, how to add a photo, how to change the shape data, how to add a shape to the document stencil once you've edited it, so then you can pull things across from that, how to create a synchronized copy, and that the synchronized copy only updates the data, the shape data, not the actual shapes. You'd have to run it again if you're adding different shapes. And then we've looked at adding extra shapes to link in from external organisations, or to simulate it's linking in from an external organisation, and the off-page reference as well. So hopefully it's give you a bit of an overview of what you can do in Microsoft Visio with organisational charts. So that's all I want to talk about in this little video. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.